Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Friday, February 19th night studentloanjustice.org live stream. My name is Alan Collins. I'm the founder of Student Loan Justice. We've been around for 16 years. We were fighting very moderately for only the return of bankruptcy protections for the first 15 and a half years of our existence. However, now we are calling this lending system good. It's done. It's failed. It's toast. It's beyond repair. The loans have got to be canceled. We started a petition in March calling for the cancellation of all student loans. Oh, there's a kitten. Look at that. Kitty cam. I'm going to be adopting some kittens out soon, so if you know anybody in northern Wisconsin, ow! Go. You know anybody in northern Wisconsin who wants a very cute little cat, I might be able to hook them up. Let me just get right into it. It's cold here, by the way, but it's 17 degrees out today, which actually feels kind of warm. So, you live pretty far north when you could say that. Lots going on right now. First, quick announcement. I want to congratulate Ed McKinley in Boston, Massachusetts, the cherished co-host of this broadcast. Ed was suspended on Facebook today for over-posting I think it was the link to the article that we just published today. So here's what's going on, guys. Joe Biden, before the election, Joe Biden was like, oh yeah, I'm going to eliminate your student loans. I'm going to eliminate your student loan debt. If you went to undergraduate public school or HBCUs, that is historically black colleges or universities, I'm going to eliminate your student loans. Well, here we are after the election, and he's backpedaling big time. Twice in the first 28 days as president, Joe Biden has said, no, I won't be canceling any student loans by executive order. I don't think I have the power to do that. So that's just a gut punch to us. Shame on Joe Biden. And by the way, if you're a strong Democrat, you hate Republicans, hate Donald Trump, and you don't like us saying bad things about Joe Biden, sorry, guys, that's just too bad. We're a nonpartisan group, and we point the finger where it needs to point. I can pretty much guarantee you, if you hang out on this group long enough, we will say something terrible about somebody that you really like. We are only fighting for student loan justice, and the facts inform our opinions about elected officials, influencers, media, celebrities, and others who weigh in on the student loan issue. 99% of the time, we say very bad things about these people. Every once in a while, we get to compliment them, but that is quite few and far between. So if you're strongly partisan one way or the other, that's great. We're glad you're here, but park that at the door because it has no place here. We are fighting only and absolutely for student loan justice. Thank you. I appreciate that. We have members bridging the spectrum from very far left to very far right and everywhere in between. And every other spectrum you can point to, unless they are like super wealthy. We have people who bridge every spectrum you can point to. Race, ethnicity, gender, everything. So back to Joe Biden. All of a sudden, he gets elected president, and I'm not so sure I can cancel loans, I think I might be good for the $10,000, but only if Congress passes it. So here's the key distinction that you guys need to realize. The reason people out, and I don't want to say people, I'd say more like entities, agencies, think tanks, and others, the reason why we are seeing so much vehement, like seriously angry and aggressive opposition to canceling student loans by executive order, it's not for moral, political, philosophical, or other reasons. It's because of money. Here is the truth that will make this all make sense for you. When the president cancels student loans by executive order, nobody in Washington, D.C. will make money. So when the president cancels student loans by executive order, no money changes hands. No money needs to be drawn from Treasury. No taxes need to be raised. What happens is the secretary crosses out a line on the ledger of the Department of Education's books. So the Department of Education on paper loses money, loses funding. And they cannot stand that. They hate that. The Department of Education is not a good actor, folks. Budgets are king in Washington, D.C. If you run a federal agency and your federal agency gets slashed, you are the... it's not good. It's not good for your prestige, your reputation, etc., etc. They cannot stand that. Canceling student loans by legislation through Congress, however, that's extraordinarily expensive. You have to raise $1 in taxes or however you raise it. You have to find $1 for every dollar that you want to cancel in student loans. Because you have to take that dollar and you have to pay that dollar to the Department of Education. So when we're talking about student loan forgiveness by legislation, the Department of Education doesn't mind that. In fact, they love it. They would like nothing more than to have a few $100 more billion or maybe even $1 trillion so they can park it in their agency. And at that point, they can pretend to cancel student loans, which is what they've always done. They do everything they can to not cancel student loans. By the way, public service loan forgiveness has a 99% rejection rate. People who are defrauded by their for-profit colleges, almost none of them have seen their loans canceled. Department of Education hates canceling loans, period. But if they have to cancel loans, they want to be paid to do it. So you don't hear massive criticism when it comes to canceling student loans by legislation. When it comes to canceling student loans by executive order, all of a sudden the sky is falling. And the masks come off the swamp. You know, we've seen heretofore neutral entities like the Brookings Institution. All of a sudden, soon as people start talking about canceling student loans by executive order, they're like, whoa, no. No, this reason, that reason, no. A bunch of bullshit they throw up about how canceling student loans is not going to help the people who need it. It's going to favor Harvard and Yale grads. It's just nonsense. And I can talk about that later. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, throw them up. I'm going to keep this very short tonight. We're at 7 minutes now. I'm going to keep it to less than 10 minutes. But the point remains, guys. Canceling student loans by executive order, the swamp hates that. It's very good it doesn't cost the taxpayers almost anything, maybe nothing. But it hurts. It hurts the bottom line of these federal agencies and their crony contractors. So we touched a nerve with our petition that we started in March and that Elizabeth Warren picked up on in September, and which now here today is at the very top of the news, thanks to our petition, which started that ball rolling. So I hope you all are pleased. So the bad news is what Biden did. He betrayed his allegiance to the swamp. The good news is he is now supposedly throwing the question of whether he can cancel loans or not to the Attorney General, to the Department of Justice. And frankly, it looks like a setup to me. I think they know the answer they want to get. And Justice will probably do everything they can to confirm Joe Biden's suspicions that he cannot cancel student loans by executive order. But folks, I'm telling you, that's nonsense. The Higher Education Act gives the president all the power that he needs to cancel student loans. We looked at the law very carefully before starting our petition. We consulted with experts. People from Yale and Harvard have published analyses that confirms what we're saying, that yes, indeed, the president can cancel student loans by executive order without needing one dime of tax money, without adding one penny to the national debt also, by the way. So we'll see what the Justice Department comes back with. It smells like a political setup to me. But regardless of what they say, rest assured, guys, we're good. The president can cancel loans, absolutely, by executive order. And we will not rest until he does that. Because remember, ultimately, the power resides with us. This is a failed, dead lending system. Oh, one other bit of good news. A whole bunch of state attorneys general sent a letter to Biden today urging him to cancel up to $50,000 in student loan debt by executive order. So that bodes well. We're going to win this, guys, but we've got to fight. We've got to fight, and we've got to fight, and we've got to fight. This whole thing started with our petition, and it probably is going to end with our petition as well. We got nearly 1 million people on there now, 980,000 signatures. We have to get up to 1 million signatures. So if you forget everything I said tonight, remember that this weekend you need to make it your mission to get at least 5 people to sign that petition. Spread it everywhere you possibly can. This is your fight, and we will be screwed if we let Washington, D.C. determine a solution for us. They will do nothing if they can possibly do it. We cannot let that happen. Okay, folks, I'm over 10 minutes. I promised I'd be brief. I see no comments, but just remember what I said, folks. Push that petition as if your student loans depended on it, because quite frankly, they kind of do. I hope you're pleased. Last thing, please donate, folks. I probably should have led with this. We really need to raise somewhere on the neighborhood of like, I think $50, $50 currently to meet some very pressing obligations. So which involve my ability to be on the internet. So like phone bill type stuff. Please help if you can. Go to the website, studentloanjustice.org/support. So I will probably do this here again on Sunday. And I'll probably be joined by filmmaker Mike Camoin about the stunning documentary that we are now in, I think you'd call it post-production on. So stay tuned, folks. This is getting fun. Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate it. Everybody have a good weekend. Good luck. Godspeed. And God bless.